Hey everybody, it's SaskiaSketches and welcome back to the Ultimate Elemental Animal Challenge Part 17. Let's hope everything is arranged properly this time, because I didn't go back and check if it was. But anyway, we're starting off today with Murdoch, and it was very, very interesting to draw because, again, not an animal that I draw quite often. I've drawn octopuses, I think it's octopuses, not octopi. I think I read something that it's octopuses, but anyway, I've drawn a couple before. I haven't drawn Murdoch before this though. So I do have a little bit of experience with it, but yeah, not a lot. So it was very interesting to try, and I actually quite enjoyed it. It was quite difficult though, because you know, lots of arms to keep track of, and it was actually very hard to find good references. I don't really know why. I suppose it's just because they live underwater, like so far underwater, I guess, because Murdoch is a giant octopus, North Pacific giant octopus, I think. I don't know, giant at least. So I guess I think they live quite deep underwater, so it might be hard to take good pictures of them, and it's hard always. It's hard to find a good balance, I guess, and scale. It's difficult to kind of figure out how big should the head be in relation to the body, because I feel like the larger the head, the smaller the octopus looks. But I don't know why. Maybe it's because, I don't know, big arms equals big octopus? It's interesting. I haven't quite figured out how to draw octopuses. But I thought it was fun nonetheless. I had a little bit of trouble with these suckers because I don't know what it was. It was hard to draw, to get to look right. A little bit of trouble with the colours and the values, I think, but especially those suckers, because I don't know what was the matter, but it took me a while to figure out, and then eventually I just opted to leave them white, and rework the colours a little bit, and yeah, quite like how he turned out in the end. Yeah, really happy with them. And up next is Colonel. Colonel is always also like a really fun character. I've drawn him once before, I think, but yeah, I don't know. I've drawn hounds before. I don't know if like bloodhounds specifically, but I've definitely drawn basset hounds before. But yeah, I've drawn a lot of dogs, so this wasn't difficult or anything, but it was so much fun though. Like, oh my goodness, his paws especially, I'm so happy with. I love the way that they look, because they're so big. I think like they're so gorgeous. I just want to hold the toe beans, okay? He's so pretty, and I love the fur. I guess I felt like I really was able to capture the look, I guess, of the bloodhound, and I guess like the fur pattern, and the markings and stuff, and you know, where the fur is a little bit shorter and a little bit longer, and like at the base of the neck there's a little bit of a tuft, I guess, of longer fur, and the base of the tail, or the underside of the tail. I felt like I was really able to capture the look, I guess, and that made me happy. And we're adding his flames now. This was also really fun. Colonel has this cool thing where he has kind of control of over how large his flames are. So either he has no flames, or he has just a bunch of them. So I drew him with both them with and without. And and yeah, it was fun. I really enjoy you know, the fire. Like, you know, by now I feel like I've gotten the hang of it. Like, it's a cool technique, so I know how to make it look good and how to make it look like fire, so I get around to experimenting a little bit. You'll see I did a couple more like line breaks, I guess, I don't know, like breaks between the fire, and I felt like that turned out really well, and it's, yeah, I really like how he looks. I had so much fun drawing him. Up next is Persephone, and I always confuse him for Peony. I don't know why. I'm always like, oh, it's Peony. They're like, no, it's Persephone. I guess like the names sound very similar, but I don't know why I keep confusing them, because it's kind of obvious that one is a lion and one is a peacock, you know. I drew this one quite early on in the challenge. You can tell because my because of the method that I'm using, and I don't have the what do you call it, like the references up on the screen, so that's how I can tell. But I still, regardless, I still really love this drawing, and I absolutely adore the way that came out, especially the colors. I had such a blast with. I think so he's Earth, right? So and he's got a really pretty mane made of leaves, so I wanted his like fur to kind of represent like tree bark, not necessarily in texture, but just in color, and I felt like that turned out so well. I'm in love with this drawing. Like, I do it a lot differently if I were to draw it again, just because my style has evolved and changed a little bit, but oh my goodness, was he fun. I enjoyed it so much. Yeah, goodness me. So the interesting thing about him is that his mane changes throughout the season, along with, you know, the actual trees. So you'd have the like, there's the autumn mane, and then he has the summer mane, and a winter. Wouldn't call it a mane. He just has one flower, because in the winter he just loses all his leaves. And then during the springtime, he's got some cherry blossoms. Like, not necessarily cherry blossoms, I guess, just like pink blossoms. Kind of look like cherry blossoms, maybe. Yeah, so he's got like a really nice full mane during the summertime. Look how pretty he is, dude. He's so gorgeous. He's so pretty. I love lions with big mane. It's so gorgeous, dude. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. Yeah. And then during the spring one, during the spring, starts to grow his flowers back. And I don't think I filmed the winter one. You have to watch. It's just like 2 flowers. This one's the summer mane, and I cut a little bit off the autumn mane as well, because I felt like there was not enough difference between them. So it's just a little bit less, because he started to lose all his mane. And then this one's the winter, which is just like 2 flowers, one in his ear and one at the tip of his tail. I really love you, Luke, my baby. And then up next is Estia, and I feel like he is kind of a celebrity right now on the when it comes to the challenge, because he's appeared he's had so many guest appearances. Because when I first drew him, this is when I first figured out how I wanted to draw the air elementals. So if you remember, like way back at the start of the challenge, I was having trouble with how I wanted to colour the air elementals, because I'd never drawn any air elementals digitally. I'd just drawn them with watercolours, and then I had a specific technique and a specific couple paints that I used for the watercolours, and it didn't translate all that well digitally. So when I drew Estia, I came up with this like really light cloud-like pattern, I guess, and a colour scheme, and I enjoyed that so much that I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This is how I want to draw all the air elementals. So this is when I went back, after finishing this piece, and I really liked it, I went back to the other elementals and or the other air elementals, and went back to them to kind of rework those drawings, and I really love the way that they turned out now, and now I'm just completely cool drawing all the air elementals. Like, I know exactly how to do it now, which is really fun, and it's almost interesting, I guess, to think back and we're like, oh yeah, that's right. I didn't know how to draw them at the start. I don't know what's wrong with my voice now. I guess maybe I just ate, and that might be it. Anyway, yeah, so the light was actually pretty simple. Like, I was thinking it might be difficult to draw, but it actually went pretty smoothly. I tried a couple different techniques, just, you know, a lot of blur and stuff, because this is like an aurora. And I just love the way that it looks. I feel like it really conveys the idea very well, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I really, really love this drawing. This is one of my favorites, I think. Like, it holds up super well. Up next is Neo, and Neo is also one of my favorites. He looks so pretty. He's really, really freaking gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Just like looking back at all these drawings that I drew like a while ago, I can tell all my sketching style is neatened up so much, and I especially like my first sketch layers and stuff. It's so interesting to look at. Anyway, Neo is really fun. So he's an Amur leopard. Which is, they look quite different from all the other leopards. So they're much fluffier, I guess, because they're built for colder climates. You can tell by the reference picture of the one in the snow. So they look much fluffier, and they have larger spots as well, a little bit larger. And they're so pretty. I really, really enjoy them. I always forget that Neo is like a character that I have, because I don't draw him all that often, but he's so gorgeous, and I love him so much. He was so much fun to draw, especially like these colours and then the stars that I'm gonna add later, and just all the glowy effects. He's so cool. Like he's so freaking pretty. He's so freaking pretty, yeah. So like I added like a couple of like star effects, so many stars, and so much fur detail, because he's so pretty and so fluffy, and I want to convey all that through texture. Oh, I enjoyed it so much. He looks so gorgeous. Come on, are we going to get to the spots yet? Let's go, yeah, spots. So I think I first did all the spots and then started adding stars afterwards. So I just did them all in white, and then later I think I put a blur over it, and I think I might lower the opacity a little bit, or like erase some of them. Man, he's so pretty. Yeah, look, those are the stars, and then erase some of the spots, blah blah blah, make it fade. Intensify some of the colours, and there he is. That's Neo. Isn't he gorgeous? Isn't he pretty? I'm so happy with him. And our last for today is Bella, and Bella I drew much like later on in a challenge, I guess, like, because in case you don't know, all of these animals, I don't draw them in chronological order. So some in these like some elementals that are in the same batch I might have drawn earlier or later during the challenge, because sometimes I don't do them in order because I want to draw a specific elemental that day, but it's fine. So Bella I drew a little bit later in the challenge, and I feel like you can really tell how much my style has evolved already, and how much better I've gotten at this. Like, look at that sketch. I love it so much. I really had so much fun with that sketch. She's looking so pretty, and then especially when I get to the shading, I'm so proud of the shading that I did there. Yeah. I think I mentioned this maybe in the last video or the video before it, but with Toro, you can really tell like how much my shading of black fur has evolved, and like how much better I've gotten at it. I'm still like using the same technique, I guess, but I just do it with different brush, and I'm a bit more refined with it, and I'm just so excited about it. Like, look at my girl. Look how pretty she looks, dude. She's so gorgeous. And then the shadows, obviously. Yeah, there's a standard procedure. I've done them a million times. But goodness me, look at my girl. Look at my girl. She's so pretty. And now she's done, and I'm so happy with her. Look. I love this drawing so much. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching it all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday. Have a great weekend, guys, and keep on sketching. Bye!